Good afternoon, Texans. Today is Friday, November 15th. This is Texan TV News from Tarleton campus in Stephenville, Texas. And I'm Meagan Peterson. In today's headlines, Tarleton's Diversity Club begins the event for the Homeless Week. Erath County gets new emergency system. Texas high school student dies after an assault. Air Force officer found not guilty. Slow relief from typhoon victims, and your sports and weather. And campus news, the Tarleton Diversity and Inclusion Club begins events tomorrow for the Homeless Awareness Week. According to Dr. Laura Helving Mason, the club is doing a competitive week-long food drive. The top department on campus will win a diversity and inclusion gift basket, and the top student organization will win one as well. Donations will go in Hope, Inc. in Stephenville. There will also be a night out campaign which will allow students to discuss issues of shelter and hunger. This event starts Saturday at 7 p.m. and ends at 7 a.m. Students can sign up as a group or individually for the night out at tinyurl.com/hunger-and-homeless. Students will be spending the night outside on the intramural fields and surviving the elements with limited resources. This year's theme is Hunger Games, and there will be a Jabberjay obstacle course and a mock survival games event throughout the evening. The students can earn tickets to spend on items such as snacks, gloves, and etc. The event teaches resource management, privilege, and the power of friends. Students should bring their Tarleton student ID, dress warmly, bring a blanket or sleeping bag, and be prepared to stay out all night. Students can rent a sleeping bag from the rec center for $2. Students can learn more about the event at tarletondiversityinclusion.blogspot.com. In local news, Texan TV staffer Robyn Tanter reports that residents of Erath County this week were notified of a new system being implemented to help improve public safety. The Code Red system, approved by the County Commissioner's Court, sends out notifications to citizens in case of tornadoes, floods, criminal activities, and other emergencies. Last week, the Stephenville City Council voted against buying a different emergency system, known as FAST. We voted to postpone purchasing our own system until we learned whether the county system would also include city residents, said City Council member Malcolm Cross. We thought if city residents were included in the county system, then we should not purchase another system with additional city taxpayers' dollars. Cross said the county system will be more than equated in protecting Stephenville residents. The county deserves praise for purchasing the system and using it to protect both Stephenville residents and those in the countryside. Erath County residents wishing to sign up for the Code Red system can go on the Erath County website and click the Code Red link to get started. From the Associated Press and Texan News, a 15-year-old Canaan High School student was assaulted in a school hallway between classes and has died of his injuries. Another 15-year-old sits behind bars at the Seguin Juvenile Correction Facility on suspicion of aggravated assault. Investigators are still seeking a motive for the attack, which happened in the hallway after a first period class the two teens shared. The suspect punched the victim twice in the head. The victim fell against a wall, struck his head, and did not have a chance to fight back. In national news, according to the Associated Press, Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Krasinski was arrested in May for sexual assault. Krasinski was accused of groping a woman outside of a bar in Washington, D.C. His trial was set earlier this week, and Krasinski was found not guilty. For more information, we turn to the Associated Press.
The officer who once led the Air Force's sexual assault response team has been found not guilty of groping a woman. Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Krasinski was arrested in May, accused of groping a 23-year-old woman outside a bar near Washington, D.C.
I think they very carefully applied the laws and the rules as the judge explained them, and I think the system worked, and we're very glad that it did.
Defense attorneys focused on inconsistencies in the accuser's testimony, including her account that she only hit Krasinski a few times, something witnesses disputed.
He did have his hands up. He was just like trying to get away from her, and she just kept hitting him in the head with her cell phone, with her in the face.
The Air Force removed Krasinski from his post with the sex assault unit after his arrest became public. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press.
In international news, relief for small towns in the Philippines hit by Typhoon Haiyan has been slow to come. The AP reports. Last week, a devastating storm swept across the Pacific, reportedly killing more than 10,000 people. In some towns, nearly every building was destroyed. Although the Philippine government and international aid have arrived to support in larger cities like Tacloban, help for more remote areas has been much slower, with little food arriving and many people forced to live in the rubble of their former homes. Many are criticizing the government for its slow response, but spokespeople from the government cite the overwhelming need as for the reason for its sluggish actions. In sport news, the Tarleton State football team closes out the 2013 regular season at home on Saturday afternoon against number 20 Northern Alabama. Kickoff is set for 2 p.m. at Memorial Stadium. According to TarletonSports.com, the Texans have already clinched at least a share of the Lone Star Conference title for the first time since 2009. The Tarleton State basketball team will be hosting the Texan Tip-Off Classics this weekend. TarletonSports.com says the Texans and Texans will be hosting the combined tournament this weekend with 8 games being played at Wisdom Gym. For bracket details and scheduling, visit TarletonSports.com. In high school football, the Stephenville Yellow Jackets begin their quest for repeating as 3A state champions as they take on Brownwood tonight in by-district at 7:30 p.m. in Abilene at Shotwell Stadium. Now for the weather. The weekend forecast, according to weather.com, projects sunny skies. Friday high is projected at 71 and Saturday will jump to 78 degrees. The weekend closes out with a high of 80 degrees on Sunday. Texan TV News is a product of the Texan News Service. Find us on Facebook and Twitter and visit our website at texannews.net for all of your latest news, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. I'm Meagan Peterson from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Have a great weekend.